Hello, and welcome to Off. Now, fun fact, a day before I'm recording this, I tried to make part 3 of Jolly, and OBS messed me up and made the entire recording just one blank screen. So there was only audio. So in placement of that, I'm playing Off, which I've been wanting to play for a long time, but I couldn't figure out how to get it. But I found out, and I did play a little bit, but not a lot. I barely even got that far in. Translation team. Oh yeah, this game was originally made in France, or it's a French game. So it was originally, its original language was French. So any mishaps in the... Why am I stumbling on my worst day? Any mishaps in the subtitles for the game are because of translation errors. Because it's not going to be perfect. No, oh, I didn't mean to skip all that. Oops. For more information, find the one called The Judge. I did not mean to do that. It said, in this world, we assume the character of the batter. And as you can see here, he is fully sentient. He knows that I'm controlling him, which I find really interesting. It's unique. Zone 0. There cannot be any living beings in Zone 0. Hence I deduce you are a pure figment of my imagination. Nevertheless, I will introduce myself. I am the Judge, and I am aching to know your name, dear illusionary interlocutor. I'm the batter. I've been entrusted with a sacred mission. It is a pleasure, although it was not the body I was addressing, but the soul that it harbors. What is your name, controller? His name is Dorian. He can't talk to us. However, he can see and hear everything. Even though you two are but an imaginary spectre in my eyes, let it be said that I am delighted to meet you as well, dear Dorian. I believe we need your help. Many people are in need of my services, everybody loves cats. They rub themselves against their legs and purr in a most insistent manner. They adore that. I'm not talking about that kind of help. See, what sort of service could I offer to an ectoplasmic entity? We have a sacred mission to fulfill. I must purify the world. There is no objective more laudable than yours. Oh my goodness, I can't. Please just forget that ever happened. There is no objective more laudable than yours. I accept to serve you as a guide through this area, if it is of any help to you. Thanks. And he just flies up. Allow me to inform you that I find you quite tangible for a phantasmagoral being. Jeez. Might you in fact be a person of flesh and blood? I think so. And I was mistaken from the beginning, and you did not even interrupt me in my fanciful phantasms. This is relatively bizarre, I must say, for you are the first living being I was given to encounter in this place. I had incidentally concluded that Zone Zero was an empty land. It was all too obvious that I was led astray. However, there exist other zones, and in those territories, hostile individuals might attack you most violently. Your sacred mission will likely lead you into those lands. Would you like me to acquaint you with the art of violent confrontation? I would normally choose no since I already did this, but I shall choose yes so you understand. It's really like Earthbound, if you've ever heard of that. This is the battle screen. As you can observe, you will find yourself placed at the right-hand side of the screen. Your opponent, however, in this case yours truly, will be located on the left, the correct place for a single combat. At the beginning of combat, a choice will be presented to you. You have to decide between attack and auto. Naturally, attack allows you to engage the fight in the classical fashion. If auto is your choice, the computer will make the strategic decisions in your place, turning you into a simple spectator. But now it is time to make an attempt. Choose attack. Select the batter, then choose attack. Anew to slay me with your bat. Do not utilize the auto function. The computer will not restrain itself, and I fear I would die taking my secrets with me to the grave. First time I did actually choose auto, and it did not end well for him. He actually does die, and you get a game over. And it makes you restart this, which I found really funny that allowed you to do that. So, attack. Excellent, dear supportive companion. Know that both the level of the batter and that his opponent determine the impact of your assaults. It is also possible for you or your adversaries to slyly avoid the offensive moves you will exchange. Finally, on occasion, your concrete will may allow you to release a critical strike, causing teeth to fly in heaps. But let us proceed. If you are not willing to, you may have noticed that when the first choice attack upon selecting the better, a new window opened itself at the lower right-hand corner of the screen. There you have the choice between 4 new options. Attack lets you carry out a soul strike against a likewise soul adversary. Competence permits you to use one of your special talents. Object lets you access the inventory you are presently carrying. Finally, flee is the option of the coward. While I depart from this alternative, know that only the batter may select it in his personal menu. So let us attempt to utilize an item. Take this luck ticket and graciously use it on the batter's person. The luck ticket has been found. impeccable. Your mastery of battle borders on brilliancy, my friend. But there is one thing we have not yet to address. I am, of course, talking about competences. They are, generally speaking, special moves that trigger surprising effects. It may be that they are particularly powerful attacks, or such that or such that they induce a resurgence of health points. Nevertheless, know this: any use of competence leads to a consumption of competence points. So I suggest that you use your skills with parsimony. Once your CP are consumed, it will be impossible to carry out heavy assaults. And if, by some mischance, you happen to cross swords with a tougher opponent before recovering some CP, your victory will be uncertain. But let us try white away. White away? What? But let us try right away. Choose competence, then try using wide angle, which will allow you to analyze your enemy. The judge. A cryptic feline of odd appearance. HP 300. CP 30. No weaknesses, no resistances. Hehehe. You now know not only all about my attributes, but also about the art of combat. But about the wide angle, know that its analysis will always be based on the start of the battle. Thus, it may accidentally analyze adversaries you have already knocked down for a long time. The confrontation ends, theoretically, when the health points of your team or all of your opponents fall to 0. Take good care of your health if you want a successful career in purification. From now on, you will be ready to dispose of all impure obstacles that dare appear in your luminous mission's way. Well, supposing your intelligence is on the same level with your undeniable capability of dealing back blows to an innocent cat. But, it as it may, your training has not reached its end yet. Let me ask you to follow me if you still want me as your guide. And ascend to the heavens. Almost forgot this. But you could. Now this part, I spent forever trying to figure out. Yes, to pass through, it will be necessary to use your cerebral organ correctly. You know, the one bathing flabily in your cranium? I think that those floating blocks correspond in some way or another to the symbols you can see on the wall. This part took forever to figure out. And it's so simple too. It's deceptive. It's harder to control this guy than you think, because he just moves so freaking fast. This part still takes forever. Aha! Finally, after all that effort, the long-awaited reward makes its entrance to the scene. And this is as far as I ever got. Beyond this point, I have no idea what's going on. Here we have an accessory that will prove especially useful to your purifying quest. Dear enlightened student and supportive friend. It is a cube, floating in the air, as you have probably noticed. Nevertheless, you will be able to differentiate it from its ilk by the contrast of its clashing colors, assaulting your gaze with bad taste and defying any sensible course of plastic arts. Do not judge it too quickly, however, for despite its criticizable appearance, this red cube is of undeniable use. Aside from restoring the entirety of your health and competence points, it is capable of saving your progress and sending you to the nothingness. The nothingness is a place of transition outside of space itself, where you can travel from one point to another at the speed of light. Why the speed of light? And I'll invite you to try for yourself in order to discover locations more populous than this deserted land. Open your wings, my dear companion, and fly towards the following zones, without hesitation. Your only enemy is the fear that will grab you. Okay. Do not worry yourself. I too travel much between the different zones of the world. Perhaps we will come to meet again. By the by, take this. This item of a curious name will be the key that shall permit you to enter Zone 1. Have I clarified that you can, at any moment, consult your inventory and characteristics by pressing the escape key? The Leo card has been found. Go on, I invite you to attempt using the floating cube behind you. No! Let me out! Let me out! Health points and competence points completely restored. Return to nothingness. Return? It's my first time going to the nothingness. What the hell? World map question mark. Oh my god. Start up my volume. That's totally not very creepy. Zone 2, Zone 3, the room. The room. It's possible to enter. You need the Aquedate Zodiac card. No, let me out of here. Zone 1, Zone 1. Leave. Ugh. Tramway number 1 is a very useful means of transport to get to different areas of Zone 1. Please select your destination. Damien. I want to go to Damien, please. I'm in Damien. Tramway number 2 hasn't been coming for a long time. Yeah, I've been. Alright, here I am at Damien. A visitor. Dot. Welcome to the Smoke Not Nines? No, it says mines. May I know who you are? Are you an inspector? No, I'm the batter. I've come to exterminate the impure spirits. The batter? The impure spirits? Are you some sort of prophet? Or perhaps a man of belief? Yeah, something like that. Who sent you? Nobody. I'm being led by Dorian. I don't know him. He must be a member of the Superior? What? Of the superior personnel. In any case, that's good. That means our requests have been approved. I'm going to explain your task. You are here in the smoke mines of Damien, in the south of Zone Number 1. Here we send laborers into deep tunnels to unearth metal from the ground, freeing trapped smoke from the depths. Using various tools, we put some of it into the bottles, which the Queen sends to the other zones. The rest of it follows free and forms the air that our lungs inhale and exhale, so we can live. It's an essential element, the first among our 4 elements. Because without smoke, people would have nothing to breathe. I was not in the plane of existence for a second. There we are, and so. Well, how do I put this? Where are the impures? Yes, there we go. There are many spectres in the mines, and they're getting more and more aggressive. But, in fact, it would be good if you wouldn't go there because the regulations forbid access to the smoke mines for visitors. So, here's what we're going to do. There's oops. But a miner went in there some time ago, and he saw something strange. He said, nothing like the usual. So I thought, maybe that's the leader of the Spectres. So, there are, there we are. If you accept, you'll go into the Annex mine and kill the leader of the Spectres. Then the Spectres will disappear and we can work properly again. There we go. There we, uh, do you have any questions? No. Uh, great. Impeccable. The tunnel is right down there. Me. I will wait for you here. Let me raid your house. Let me just... Successful robbery. The judge? Well, well. Who do we have here? Is that not Dorian and his charming jumping jack the Batter? Might you be the Spectre leader? No, no, certainly not. Only passing through. Unlike the smoke which is being extracted from this pale and metallic place. However, I believe I know where the one you take for an ectoplasm can be found. To tell the truth, I am perplexed. I think that is one of those peculiar, peculiar things called a spherical add-on. I have a very well I have very well tried to appropriate it, but the operation has systematically failed. I am thinking maybe you, one who is not of physical matter, will perhaps succeed in binding this spectral entity to yours. Add-on Alpha has joined you. What an exceptionally intriguing phenomenon. I must admit that I remain perplexed by this unexpected metaphysical reaction. Fair enough. Since it has decided to accompany you, I know only to advise you to make the best possible use of it. Got it. The leader of the Spectres isn't here. Apologies, but I fear I respond in the negative. This add-on aside, I have not crossed paths with a single moving soul in this place. Moving soul. Good joke. You've returned. I didn't mean to do that. No, wasn't there. Oh, really? I beggar crap. Well, then, I believe that I'll have to let you enter into the main Gorgus, then. But, the regulations are against it. Alright, I suppose that this is a very special case, as stated in paragraph 5. So, good. Well, the main mines are on the right. There. Not that far. I didn't even realize we were even human. Lamps don't always work in the endmost corridors, and since everything looks the same around here, it's easy to get lost. Show yourselves, corrupted children. I am the voice of forgiveness that will eliminate your ill-fated forms. Oh, that's a lot. Prepare yourselves to receive my judgment. What is this music? It's slightly catchy. I honestly kinda like the music. It isn't that bad. Zero. Dang it. Adversaries purified. 400 experience points gained. 80 credits received. Luck ticket 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 received. This add-on is fighting by my side. That's useful. Let's purify the other galleries. Health points and competence points completely restored. Yellow blocks don't allow you to return to nothingness. Well, that was certainly interesting. But I think I'm going to end it here. So, remember, I'm always open to game requests. So, I shall see you another time.